My name's Gary Parker, Director of C&T Associates. We've also got joining us today Emma Sampson from Bexley Council, who will introduce herself shortly and is going to do a short presentation on a number of issues related to funding and support via the council. Then I'm going to do a presentation on other funding support after Emma's section has finished, and then I'll take questions. And then finally, we've got who'll be joining us later. We'll have Rachel Barham from the Federation of Small Businesses. I think we're going to, I'll give it one more minute and then we will start. Hopefully the others will join us as we go along. While we're waiting, I think most of you are involved in it anyway. The Bexley Business Support Programme, of which C&T Associates is a partner, and working with Bexley Council and other partners to deliver support. I have got a slide about this later, but if anybody wants further information, if you're not on the programme, I'll be very happy to provide it to you, but I think most of you are. Okay, then I'm going to pass you over to Emma Sampson from Bexley Council. So over to you, Emma, and thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Okay, thank you, Gary. Good afternoon, everybody. As Gary said, my name's Emma Sampson and I'm a service manager for the London Borough of Bexley, and I work within employment and skills. And part of that is also to support local businesses to recover from the effects of COVID-19. So as Gary said, we've put a programme of support together for small businesses, and it's a combination of support from one-to-one support to system support, digital support. And what I'd like to do is spend the next 10 minutes just taking you through a presentation to outline some of those support programs that are available to small businesses in Bexley. So I'm going to share my screen and hopefully you'll be able to see what I see. I'm more familiar with Teams, so I do apologise if anything goes a bit squiffy. So can you see my presentation? You can. Great, and I'm just going to start the slideshow. There we go. Can everybody see that? I'll hopefully think you can see it because I can't see you guys now. So I'll make a start unless I hear from Gary to say that there are any problems. So free business support. So does your business need help to either get online, grow and diversify, network with other businesses, recruit staff and access free
Emma, the sound's gone.
Business supports? If the answer to that is yeah, interesting and useful. Can you hear me, Gary?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay, apologies. I think the internet might be a bit intermittent in the office today. Let me know if I go off again, please. Thank you. So there is lots of business support. We can start with talking about the Get Your Business Online for Free. So that's the e-business support program with South East Enterprise. It provides free support to enable Bexley businesses to grow using digital formats within their business. So it's one-to-one business advice on e-commerce. It's a combination of one-to-one advice. It's workshops, looking at your websites, looking at your social media. There's lots and lots and lots that South East Enterprise can do to support your business to become a bit more resilient and to get yourself online. You can see here that there is a link attached to the presentation, so please feel free to go to that link and find out more about this particular program. We're actually running our first digital workshops here today in our centre at Erith. We've got about 14 SMEs on site receiving some support through this digital workshop, and they're going to come back on Thursday and finish that 2-day workshop. So that's one of the programs that's here in Bexley. It's running for 3 years, so you don't need to rush really quickly. They are going to be here in Bexley for the next 3 years. So if you feel that you would benefit from this type of support, please feel free to find out more about that by visiting the website. We've also now got the Business Knowledge Hub here, and this is in partnership with our Bexley Libraries, our partners at the libraries, and they have got a variety of databases that can provide you with essential information on starting, growing and changing the direction of your business. So it looks at consumer and lifestyle data, and it can provide industry reports in a way that allows you to look at consumer and lifestyle markets. It's really, really good support. This would normally be very expensive if you're a small business trying to access this support, but what we're doing through this program is we're actually funding the support for free, so you would be able to access that support for free. The main business databases that they're looking at are Mintel, Compass and Cobra. I'm no expert on any of these systems. They are quite complex, but again, you can find out more here about these systems, or alternatively on Thursday this week, the 10th, we've actually got an event at Central Library in Bexley Heath where you can come in and you can actually book onto a workshop and you can see those systems firsthand, and you can speak to somebody there, a business advisor, that will be able to advise you in a much more detail about how these systems can benefit your business and how you're planning your business. Most of you, I'm sure, on the call will already know Gary, and obviously Gary is working in partnership with us through his business CNT Associates. Again, it's about free business support, it's workshops, it's looking at your business planning, your marketing strategies, your continuity planning, again, getting your business online. And I know that Gary is working very closely with Southeast Enterprise and is looking to make referrals to that program too. And like today, Gary is hosting lots of other webinars as well on various business topics that will support you and your business. Okay, so I'm very pleased to say that our website has now gone live. We've been working quite hard to bring our new website together, and the main reason that we've rebranded is because Economic Development Services and Employment Services came together about a year ago following a council restructure. So that means that Employment and Business Services are now in one place. So we've created our new BBE brand, and we've now got our new BBE website. Please take the time to go to the website and have a look. It's got everything in the one place. We wanted to create a one-stop shop, so whether you're a resident looking for work or whether you're a business looking to receive business advice, you should be able to find what you need on our BBE website. So please have a look at that and see what you can find on there. I'd like to also promote the Engine House Bexley. Some of you may know about the Engine House, some of you maybe even already be tenants at the Engine House, but we always look to promote the Engine House in Bexley because they've got some really good facilities there, really nice place to work, small businesses, larger offices, small offices, larger offices, and also co-work space as well. They're actually looking now to launch a new program shortly that will probably provide people with some free co-working space, so look out for that. So keep an eye out on their website around some free co-working space that could become available in the very near future. We're working in partnership with Peabody all the time, and Peabody also have their own portal. It's an enterprise portal, and they've got some support there as well around different workshops that are available, links with some key partners and links with some really large businesses that can provide some mentoring as well. So please have a look at the enterprise portal that Peabody have put together. This one is around apprenticeships, and it's the council offering some of their levy funding and passing that on to small businesses. So if you are a small business and you're interested in taking on an apprentice or even upskilling your current workforce, you may be eligible to actually receive some levy transfer money from Bexley Council to help fund that training. So it can't fund the salary, it can only fund the training, but this is a really good way to be able to upskill your staff. There are over 600 apprenticeship standards ranging from levels 2 to 7. So if you're looking to possibly put some of your staff through some team leader training or other type training that you think you just don't have the money to fund that training, this could be a really great opportunity.
Hi, the sound's gone off, Emma.
For you to tap into this levy transfer. Okay. Can you hear me now, Gary?
Yes.
Can you hear me now? Yeah, okay, I'm back. Okay, thank you. So this is my colleague Cheryl Jones, and she works in our development and talent team at the council. So her number is on the presentation and also the email if you're interested in finding out more about the transfer to Bexley businesses. Here are just some information about what's going on in some of our town centres and some information around the South East London Chamber of Commerce. Again, useful websites for you to have a look at in terms of finding out what's available to support your business. If you're keen to network locally, then we've got free support events that are running throughout 2022 in partnership with White Label Creative. We held a really great event on the 22nd of February at the Engine House. We had about 54 businesses attend that event, and Gary was there and South East Enterprise were there with us. Really well attended. Businesses really enjoyed it. They took part in some speed networking. They took part in some business support taster sessions, and we're following up with them after that to now get those businesses on the relevant programs. We are running some more events in the future. One I mentioned earlier, which is the Data and Insight for SMEs with Bexley Libraries. That's the 10th of March. That's actually at Central Library in Bexley-Heath. Then we've got 3 more workshops following that, which will take place at the Engine House. We've got Designing the New Workplace on the 30th of March. We've got a digital workshop on the 27th of April. And then we've got a Reaching Carbon Net Zero workshop for small businesses on the 12th of May. So if you're interested in attending any of those workshops, please visit White Label's website, where you'll be able to find the information on how to book, or look out for our BBE newsletter, because we'll be putting all of the advice and how to book onto those workshops in the newsletter. We've also partnered with Federation of Small Businesses, FSB, and we have around 100 free FSB memberships that we are offering to small businesses. Obviously, eligibility terms will apply, but there's a link here for you to go to our website to find out more about how to actually see if your business is eligible for that, or you can email Rachel Barham direct. And I think Rachel, Gary, you said Rachel was on the call a bit later. You could probably ask Rachel about that. So that's a very new partnership that we've just put together. And again, more information will be following coming out on that on our BBE newsletter. So, and we've got the Omicron Hospitality and Leisure Grant. This is not being dealt with directly by the council, but we're including the information because it could be useful to some businesses, and some businesses could be eligible. So this is specifically for those businesses within hospitality and leisure, and it's supports businesses that provide those services for the public and where they were really affected by COVID-19. So you need to get applications in for this by the 18th of March. So only a few days left on that one. So it could be worth just visiting this link here. If you do fall within hospitality or the leisure industry, definitely go to this website here and see whether it's something that your business would be eligible to apply for. And then we have our general business funding page on our new website. So always keep an eye out there. That's where we will be placing any business grants or any new business initiatives. It will all be on that page there. I'd also like to draw your attention to our free recruitment service. So we do run a free recruitment service here at BBE, and we act exactly like a recruitment agency. So we have candidates that come into our centre looking for work, and we try to match their skills to employer vacancies. And that service to you is completely free. We don't charge for that service. So we would manage that vacancy for you. You would get assigned a business advisor who would advertise the vacancy for you, and then try to match our candidates and arrange interviews for you. So again, if you want to find out more about that service, you can either email our recruitment team here at recruitment@bexleybe.co.uk. You can call the team on this number, or you can go to the website, where you can actually now, on our new portal, you can directly upload your vacancies, and then a member of the team will get back to you to find out what your recruitment needs are. Okay, so what's going on in town centres? Just a little bit about what's going on there. So we've got Erith Town Centre. There's lots of new stuff going on at the Exchange, which is the old Erith Library. Really beautiful building, and they're doing lots of workshops and things there. So it's worth keeping an eye out on what's going on there. Even if it isn't direct business support, there could be some events or workshops that your business might want to get involved with. There's some networking events happening in Sidcup Town Centre. We've already had some in February, but there are some more going on in March. So again, if this is of interest to you, look at Sidcup Partners and see what's going on there. Lots of stuff going on in Crayford Town Centre in terms of events. So we've got some social media seminars, we've got some Crayford markets, and as you can see, all the dates are there. And again, you can read more on their Facebook page, or you can apply direct through this link here. So that's what's going on in Crayford. And then Bexley Heath Town Centre. So we'll have the High Streets Award in early April. So that will be going on, and some support and advice around mental health awareness and stress management running throughout February and March. And again, if you want to find out more about that, then please just go to this link here and you'll be able to find out more about what's going on in that particular business improvement district in Bexley Heath. And I think that's me. So that's a bit of a whistle-stop tour of the business support package that's currently available. I hope you found that interesting, and I suppose we're at the point, if anyone's got any questions, I'll try to answer them as best I can.
If you've got a question, either stick your hand up with the virtual hand or stick your hand up on screen. Thanks, Emma. That was a very comprehensive presentation. Anybody want to ask any questions? Can't see any. Oh, Judy.
Hi, thank you. I just wanted to know if you know when you will have the micro businesses that are going to get the FSB free membership, because I applied for that last week.
Right, okay. So have you already applied to FSB through this scheme? Okay, so I think, and I obviously don't work for the FSB, so they're dealing with it for us. So I would imagine that you're in the processing system of them looking at your business to see whether you're eligible for that. I think perhaps if Rachel is coming on the call later on this meeting, it might be a question that maybe Rachel could pick up for you, because I know that she is the membership advisor for Bexley.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay.
Sybil.
Hi, Emma. I just had a question about the co-working spaces at the Engine House. Are there any requirements or eligibility to get the free co-working spaces?
Yeah, there will be eligibility. I think they're working through that at the moment. So this is a new project that's going to become available, and we will be able to share more information with you once all of that has been confirmed. They're working through that process at the moment, so it will be coming out fairly soon. They're looking to start it quite quickly.
That's great. Thank you, Emma.
Okay. Obviously, if we get any information about these, we will circulate this. The other thing I should say today as well is we've got Emma's presentation, which is kindly forwarded to us. So we will circulate it to people after the event, so you can get that detailed information. So thank you for that, Emma.
You're welcome.
Any other questions from anybody on this part of the presentation? Okay, well, I'd like to thank Emma for coming along today and taking time out of a busy day to do this. I hope you got some value out of that. I'm now going to share the screen again, and we're going to look at a little bit more detail in the Bexley program that C&T Associates is running, and then I'm going to show you some other potential funding sources outside of the council, and indeed more of a regional flavour. So I will just share the screen now, and here we go. Okay. These are all of C&T's social media links, because we'll be circulating a copy of the slides. We do have a YouTube channel as well, where you can view some of the earlier presentations, and this one may go online at a later date once it's been edited. So there's our links. These are some of the other things that are on the Bexley portal. You have to check this for availability. There is some other support there and some other free resources. There's also a couple of new guides and a newsletter you can download from the BBE website as well, if it's still there. Again, we'll be forwarding this information to you a little bit later. The other aspects Emma's just covered. She's certainly covered the recruitment service. The other thing that's worth of note is that Bexley Council, like other local authorities, has some apprenticeship related funds under its control at the moment, and may be able to support apprentices with small businesses subject to certain terms and conditions. There's still in certain places some support for retail businesses. I won't go into this too much because Emma's covered some of this, but again, that's on the Bexley portal as well. This is the wider range of services. Again, Emma's covered some of this, so I've just listed it there basically. So I'm going to now focus on what we are providing as C&T Associates. Basically, the program has 5 elements to it. Anybody who signs up, and this is free, remember, all of this that we're detailing today is free. There is no charge for it. So it is the whole partnership is quite comprehensive. What you get from us is you get a 2-hour business review and then additional support depending on your needs. In some cases, we may refer you directly to organisations like Southeast Enterprise if you require significant digital skills support or training. We're also providing additional support to develop a template of various types, including business plans, digital marketing strategies. We've got getting your business online support program, a business continuity plan, and developing an online store strategy. And we've got a range of webinars that have been running since December. I think this is the 5th one, so there's still another 5 to go on various topics around funding and business support. Again, this information is available online or direct from anybody who wants to contact us, and we'll send you that information. Again, this is quite wide-ranging on a number of things, including funding, getting online, using Shopify to develop an online store, which is the next one, funding and support for women-led businesses, how to write a funding application, and we recently had the Ask the Experts panel recently. You can also, as I mentioned earlier, access other resources and programs via our YouTube channel. We've got 22 videos on there covering a number of areas as well. Again, if you've gone to that, I'd be grateful if you could subscribe, because we're covering other areas outside of this program, like, for example, funding for sports businesses and projects, well-being businesses and projects, and creative industries sector businesses and projects. So moving on from that, we're going to look at a range of other funding and information and support that is out there above and beyond what we just mentioned and what Emma went through locally. There's a number of sites here. One or two I would like to highlight. The first is the second one, the Entrepreneurs Handbook, which is a very comprehensive website with a whole range of support. Some more about that shortly. Another good one is, particularly for specialist advice and support, is a blog site called Sage Advice that covers many business-related topics. I was recently contacted by an organisation who wanted to get some information around the tax breaks and support for getting electric vehicles for their business. But there's very limited information out there, but I was able to find a very, very good article on that particular blog site. In fact, it was the first article I came across when I looked at it, and they cover a whole wide range of other information and support and advice on funding issues. The other one I would mention is the one at the bottom, London Business Hub. I had somebody contact me this morning who'd got some support from them, and they'd been referred back to local organisations like ourselves for business funding support and a range of other support. So the London Business Hub is well worth looking at, as indeed are all those other sites there. Moving on, this is the government's National Business Support Helpline. In London, it's supported by the Mayor of London. So there's the contact details, and you also get a range of other information and support. They may well refer you back locally, but they could refer you for specialist support, for example, around intellectual property, because there's some London-wide organisations that deal with that, and many other specialist business issues. Let's move on. Yeah, this is a bit more about the Entrepreneurs Handbook. This is a very comprehensive site. Amongst other things, it's got 60 pages of information about grants throughout the UK. And of course, grants are non-repayable. There's also information about loans as well for people who wish to apply for that. So that's well worth having a look at. This is a bit more about the London Business Hub. Again, there are some funding opportunities on it occasionally, but there's a lot of training and support, and you can get some business support direct via them, subject to application and demand, and they also refer people back to local partners as well. Another source of funding these days for many businesses is crowdfunding. So I just wanted to mention briefly some sites about this and tell you briefly how it works. I guess there's two main types of crowdfunding. One is the Dragon's Den type investment into businesses. That's covered there by organisations like Cedars, which is an international platform, and they reckon they've raised £1.5 billion dollars. No, it's pounds, sorry, that have been invested in businesses. And in the UK, Crowdcube, which is run by the Richard Branson's Virgin organisation, they reckon they've raised £1 billion for businesses since their inception. How does crowdfunding work? Well, I've given you part of it there. But organisations like Seeders and Crowdcube, you put a project on the site, and these organisations have access to investors, large and small. And if they're interested in your project, they can invest in it. And obviously, if your business succeeds, they've got an investment in a growth business. If it doesn't succeed, their investment is at risk. So that's how they do it. The second type is around organisations like crowdfunder.co.uk and Kickstarter. These are for both profit-making and non-profit-making businesses. How they work is that people are invited to make a contribution or donation, depending what type of business you are, profit-making or non-profit-making business. And the platform will take that you put your project on, will take between 4 and 9% of what you raise. If you're a non-profit making business, Crowdcube crowdfunder.co.uk is waiving their fee at the moment. So that is always worth having a look at if you're a non-profit. For profit-making businesses, a crowdfunder at the moment are charging around about 5% of what you raise, because they collect the money via the platform, and then they will forward the rest to you, minus their commission for hosting it. There are some transaction charges with some of them as well. At the moment, Crowdfunder are waiving the fee for non-profits and also the transaction charges, I think, but profit-making businesses still have to pay the 5% fee charged by them. You can also offer people rewards. Obviously, you can't offer them cash because the idea is to get the cash in. And organisations like Crowdfunder do have some other elements in as well. In fact, yes, it's on the next slide. That's they say that there's access to relevant and extra funding support, and you've got the ability to offer rewards. One of the things that they're doing as well is they're actually offering, in some cases, match funding. So if you raise £5,000, you can get it matched up to £5,000 through some of the other platforms that they work with, although again that is subject to demand. But the Greater London Authority had a really good programme on last year called Pay It Forward, because if you raise £5,000 by crowdfunding or up to £5,000, it was matched by the GLA. That was a very popular programme. All the fund, because they paid out over £1 million, but that programme has ended now. But there are other programmes that Crowdfunder detail on their website if you want to look at that. So for some of you, that might well be worth considering. We'll move on from here. If you're interested in technology investment, then you can look to organisations like Innovate UK. Innovate UK is one of the biggest government agencies, and last year they were given extra money during the pandemic to invest in digital businesses or digital aspects of businesses. We had a program called Smart Grants. They were giving out grants of between 25,000 and 3 million. There is a new round that is pending, and there are a range of other opportunities on that particular site. and it's well worth checking out for some of you. It's also part of a new organisation called UK Research and Investment, and they've got a site as well. And again, you can get into that via the Innovate UK links, but that is funding other funding opportunities for people to take part in. The next slide is from the about the British Library. Again, this is around intellectual property. They've got a section, if you go onto their website, it's called the Business and IP Centre, and they, before the pandemic, they were running a lot of live workshops, and you could get one-to-one support about intellectual property and issues around that. And they've also got a lot of very useful guides to it. They had been running until recently a number of programs in local libraries. Some of them are still continuing till the end of March, and they may have other programs lined up in future. But the best thing to do to find out about that is to go on to the British Library's website, which is there. But they're still doing a lot of virtual events, and you can get free support from that. If you went to lawyers to get advice on intellectual property, it's quite expensive. Much of the service provided by the British Library is free, and their guides are very, very useful. Only this morning, I directed a small business I've been working with to them because they're looking to sell some services in the United States, and they wanted some information about US copyright. So I was able to direct them to the British Library, and already they've told me they've got some information that's very, very useful to them. But you know, there's many other things you can get via that site. Just move on. This is the final slide now. Again, we're going to put all this information out to you in after the event today. So I'm going to end the screen share now, and I'm happy to take any questions from the people that are here. Have we got any questions from anybody about what I've said in the past few minutes, or any other issues you want to raise? Or indeed, Emma's still with us. If anybody wants to ask Emma any questions, I'm sure that she would take them as well. I can't see anybody. One or two information items as well. Just to reiterate that there's one or two people are still joining us, or are still or joined late. There is an event this Thursday at the main Bexley Library, which highlights some of the software, including Mintel, Compass and Cobra, which is high-end and gold standard software to help your business develop itself and to do research. You can go in. It's the event is all day and get support through them. Actually, Emma, a question I wanted to ask, actually, because I just had a message, is about the big innovation grants that were highlighted and finished on the 28th of February. Because a number of people have asked me who haven't had any further information since their application was in. Do you know what the situation is with that at the moment?
I don't know the exact situation, but I know that there were quite a few
Yeah, there was a lot,
applications received. There was a lot of interest. So I think Simon, Sue and their colleagues that are involved in actually scoring those
They're still doing it.
applications, they're working through them. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I mean, basically what people were asking me was if they haven't heard anything, does that mean they've not been successful? But by the sounds of it, it sounds like they're still working through the applications. Is that the correct interpretation?
I think they are still working through them. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. So obviously we will let people know any further information on that.
That's fine.
You've got your hand up, Emma. Did you want to?
Yeah, it was just to say that libraries and BBE actually sent out an information email today, a newsletter about the event on Thursday and the systems. So Gary, I can forward that to you now, and then you can perhaps send that out with the PowerPoint, so that if people want to find out more about what's going to happen on Thursday. And
sorry, the sound just went then, Emma. Yeah, I still can't hear you.
They can actually sign up through that email as well. So just for now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll send that email through to you because people can sign up through the email. So I'll email that over to you, Gary.
Yeah. So just to reiterate that, in case you didn't catch that, the open day is on Thursday, and we're going to circulate some information that Emma is going to provide for us. Judy?
Sorry. Yes, I have a question about the program, SEAL program for the Bexley libraries. Is it still on or is finished now?
I think that is coming to an end. It's my understanding that program is coming to an end, and obviously we've got this program with that Gary's described with the intelligence, because our advisor Yana, who has been sort of supporting businesses on that program, unfortunately the funding for that is coming to an end. I'm pretty sure that's right, but if that's not, then I'll get that message back to Gary so he can confirm that with you.
Yeah, that's my understanding as well, Emma. That if any residual work finishes at the end of this month, and then then it's been replaced by the software program, which is a very comprehensive program, because if you had to buy that software, it's very, very expensive. I mean, Mintel,
it's thousands, I believe. Yeah.
Yes, you're right. So I will be using it myself. That's my endorsement of it. As soon as I get the time to do it, I will be going down there myself. In fact, I'll probably be down there on Thursday. Come to that at least briefly.
Sorry, by any chance in the future you will be bringing Euromonitor as well on the top of Mintel, or just is going to be Mintel?
I'm not aware that they're going to introduce other software like Euromonitor at the moment. That might be a question that is worth asking on Thursday, or maybe I'll ask it if you're not there, Judy. But they are providing, as I say, quite a comprehensive service on this. I'm sure it will be well utilised. I've just received the newsletter from Emma, so we will circulate that later.
Thank you.
Okay then, if I can't see any more questions, so now Rachel Barham has just joined us from FSB. So hello, Rachel. Are you with us? Are you logged in? Because she's using her phone today, not her laptop, so it might take a minute. I'm going to give, she says, give me 2 seconds. So I can take any more questions from anybody. But the other thing I might add is that we're based at the Engine House in Erith, and Southeast Enterprise now have an office here, and they've got some staff in this particular building, so they are up and functioning. Here's Rachel now, so I shall hand over to Rachel. Rachel, before you start, we had a question about the free memberships and the process. I wonder if you could just clarify that.
Okay, I will literally in the chat. Thank you very much. I've put in the chat the link they need to click on to apply for it. You have to apply for it via the Bexley Council website. Can you hear me all right? Yep, perfect. So I've put the link that you need to follow it through. I think it's some quite simple questions. I don't know if anybody here has already completed it, but they can elaborate on it. But Bexley Council will decide who gets the free membership. They will then send me your details. If you don't qualify, there is a box that you can fill in why you think you should have one. Okay, so don't be put off by thinking, actually, I don't fit in, I don't have that many employees, or I've not been running that long. As long as you can state your case where you think you are eligible, they will listen to it. Okay. But yes, I think a lot of the faces I know here, but just for anybody that I don't, my name's Rachel Barham. I am the membership advisor for Federation of Small Businesses. We are lucky enough to have been given a pot of money by Bexley Council to support businesses across the borough with some free memberships. There is about 100 of them, so they are limited, so don't sit back and wait. Apply it as soon as possible. Who knows what demand will be. But FSB is actually a not-for-profit campaigning group who lobby government, but also councils on behalf of self-employed and small business owners. But along with the lobbying, we also give our members lots of amazing benefits that support your business, freeing up your time, but also giving you the peace of mind that you've got somewhere to turn to as and when you need it. So that includes things like free business legal advice. So that might be contractual issues, it could be employment, it could be tax and VAT, it could be GDPR. It depends on what your business does, what support you might need, but you can contact us and within an hour the rights will be back and talk you through the problems or questions you've got. We can also help out because we find quite often small business owners don't necessarily know what insurances they need. And more often than not, businesses are either over-insured or under-insured. So we can give you a bit of a health check. We can quote you when they're up for renewal to see if we can beat the price of your renewals. And regardless of whether you take your insurance with us or not, we will also be at the end of the phone as and when you need us and you need advice. Other support, things like free business banking for FSB members. So if you are paying bank charges, there's an option of a business bank account via the co-op. Now you do still have to apply for it, and like any bank, not everybody is successful. But they will offer FSB members free business banking, such as no monthly charge, no transactional charges, some money in and out. And you can put up to £2,000 cash in free per month as well. You can even set up an overdraft if you need it, and they won't charge an admin fee, which is good. Most business bank accounts will. Is there anybody on here that's got employees, or is everybody sort of sole trader?
I think there's probably, there's one organisation, I was going to say, Evergreen, who've got employees. Most of the others, I think, are sole traders.
Okie dokie, no worries. Well, for the free membership, Bexley Council stipulating 10 employees or less. Again, if you're outside of that, you can state your case as to why you think you should have a free membership. But regardless of that, FSB, the limit is 240 nights. It's a lot more. But the sort of support that we can give you when you have employees is free HR advice when you need it. And that's 24/7, because not every business is 9 to 5. There's also free business documents. So anything really from hiring to firing and all the bits in between. And a lot of the policy stuff you might need as well. Because Evergreen, it says care as well, I'm assuming it's a care agency. There is actually a whole section on the legal hub specifically for care businesses. So there'll be lots of documents that relate to your industry. It's quite unique in that way because none of the other industries have that benefit on their portal. So you're quite lucky. There's also support around, we give you free employment protection. Sorry, it's getting a bit louder in here. We give you free employment protection. So if you do ever find that a disgruntled employee wants to take you to court, we will cover you up to 100k per claim. That does take 180 days to kick in though from the start of your membership. And we can also help out with pensions and payroll because quite often accountants charge you not necessarily a service that they like doing. It's more of a loss leader for accountants. So quite often they will charge you a lot to put you off doing your payroll via them. But we can help out with that side of things as well. There's also support around health and safety. There's a funding platform, but that is about business loans and commercial mortgages. So unfortunately, you do have to pay those ones back. But you never know, it could give you the benefit of expanding the business or bringing on new employees. Depends on sort of where you're taking your business at the time. What else have we got in there? We're actually added a couple of new benefits. So you've got Making Tax Digital, because any VAT registered businesses have had to move online this year, but self-employed, you've got a couple more years, but we are all going to have to do it. So FSB have come up with their own platform to make sure we're not caught by some of the larger companies upping their prices. So they've made it a lot more efficient, effective for a small business and also what you might need. There's a play part of that as well, so you can kind of try it before you buy it to see if it works for your business. There's a number of benefits that support you as business owners as well. So there's FSB Care, which is about looking after you as business owners, because if you do not look after yourself, you don't actually have a business. So FSB Care is about looking after you. And there's also FSB Perks, so those of you with employees, but even if you haven't, you can actually subscribe to it yourself. And that's about getting, I suppose, employee type benefits that you wouldn't necessarily have as business. The cashback options, discounts on gym memberships, online doctor's appointments, even some counselling in there as well. So there's lots of different ways that you can benefit and look after yourself. But FSB is about looking after you and your business, giving you, I suppose, a one-stop shop to turn to, giving you the peace of mind that you're not going to be ripped off, that you're going to get the right information and advice when you need it, and hopefully saving you a bit of money along the way. But I put the link in for the Bexley free memberships. Apply for it, you've got nothing to lose. And if for any reason you can't get it, then FSB membership starts at £177 for the first year. That's based on 0 employees. It then goes up depending on the number of employees. And then in year 2, you don't pay a registration fee. Based on that. I can answer any questions. I'm not going into lots of details because everybody's business is so different. So what you'll need, obviously the needs will be different as well.
Okay, thank you, Rachel, and thank you for presenting today. There was a lot of background noise in there, so I hope people managed to pick that up. Anybody got any
small businesses? I'm sitting in the coffee shop.
Right, okay. We'll take your word for that. Anybody got any questions for Rachel? I mean, I can't see it. All of her contact details are in the somebody's just joining us now. All of our contact details are Rachel's contact details are in the chat. We will also be circulating 2 presentations and the Bexley Library software, Mintel, etc. leaflet as well. So as you've heard today, it's been very, very comprehensive, the support that you can get through these programs. Is there anything else you want to say, Emma, before we go?
No, I think that's covered everything. As you say, Gary, very comprehensive. Lots of support out there for businesses to access, which is really positive.
Yeah, and I would like to thank both Emma and Rachel for coming online today to support us, because I can tell you they're both very, very busy. We will be back again with another online presentation on how to get your business online very shortly. If people want to, I think, just looking around, I think most people are actually members of the business support program in Bexley, because you have to be a Bexley-based business to access that. So I think everybody's a member here. But if you know anybody else who's Bexley-based, then they're welcome to join this program. Please get them to get in touch with us. And you're on our mailing list, so you will be getting further information about the other things that are happening both with us and the other partners that are part of the Bexley Business Support Program. So thank you very much, everybody. Thanks to Emma and Rachel again, and we'll see you all soon. Okay, take care.
Thanks, Gary.
Bye.
Thanks all. Bye.